a button. So, hi. We spent a lot of time actually. Hi. Asking people to share a personal story about how they're trying their best. We used to call it doing our best, but when we'd ask someone to share a story, a lot of times they'd say, "I don't really feel like I'm doing my best right now." So that wasn't the intent. It's we're trying and we're sharing stories about ourselves and all of our imperfection, and confusion and realizations. And another thing that people like to say is, or that people will say when we ask to share a story, is that like, I'm not ready. I have something going on, but I haven't figured it out yet. And my response is always, that's the best. We're all figuring stuff out, and that's the best time to share. So I haven't figured out what I'm about to talk about yet, or even exactly how I'm going to talk about it. But that's okay. I shared a story last year in April about how I was trying my best to ask for help when I was having some problems with a mysterious illness I was trying to get diagnosed. And I got a lot of help from all of you, and that was really meaningful and life-changing in a lot of ways. I also have gotten a few diagnoses since then. I have a genetic disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and small fiber neuropathy, which means that I have chronic migraines and pain in my hands and feet, nerve pain and nerve damage. That there are some treatments and things it can do that will make things better, for a time, but I will probably always have it, and it will probably gradually get worse. So I have been trying to come to terms with a lot of things, because it is a disability, a big change in what I can do that is chronic and invisible and unpredictable. And I thought that I was pretty good about having empathy for this sort of thing. Like, we're all going through something, and a lot of us are going through a lot. But some things that, like, one of the harder things for me to confront has been that I had this whole system of this lattice of see, it worked this time to press the button. Of coping mechanisms and value system and ways that I, have learned over my life to help people and work hard so that I feel useful to them. And I can just keep, it's working now. It just keeps going off. So. It's, oh, okay, thanks. So, thank you guys. From the same things anymore, from that like sense of achievement or perfectionism. And I find myself like 39 years old and trying to figure out, uh, uh, you know, basis for my self-esteem. It's not what I expected. Uh, some things that I have learned about uh, living with invisible disability is like the time and energy tax of that, uh, and that physical abilities are things that we have to grieve. That you grieve what you used to be able to do and what you had hoped, had planned to be. You know, the mom that teaches your kids to rock climb or goes hiking. That those things are losses, and they're losses not just to you, but to people around you who rely on you and who care about you. It has taught me that like I'm not able to make commitments that I know I can keep anymore. That like that was a big idea I had about myself. Like I will do what I say I'm going to do, and I have to cancel often and without notice, and learn to be okay with that. I took me a long time to use the electric scooter at like CVS and Target, and then to walk over to it and sit down in it, and even longer to rent one and then buy one for myself, and to finally get like a handicap placard for my car. Uh, but that, but accepting that has, you know, that I need that kind of help sometimes, and some days I don't, and other days I do. And if I think I remember judging people who would park in the handicap spot and get out and walk out of their car, and you know, I didn't realize that most people who have mobility issues, it doesn't mean the same thing for everyone, and it doesn't mean they have them all the time. I have found that this is not helpful. I don't know. I've found a lot of surprising good uh, bright spots, though. You know, prioritizing like self-care, which used to seem like something that was indulgent and a waste of time, and it you know becomes absolutely indispensable, and I don't have time to like hold grudges or be perfect. Like I'm gonna get over myself and try stuff and not worry about, you know, judgment, just microphones or whatever. Just my life is now, and on good days, I prioritize what's important to me and do what I can. And I really value having people around me who know me and understand, and I found that of there's a lot of help, and that I don't know what is going to happen next, but uh, I know that I'll be okay. It's so I'm Amy, and I am trying my best. That's how I'm trying my best.